Okay, so today we're going to talk about home grooming your Aussiedoodle. So this is an adult F1 Aussiedoodle, half poodle, half Australian Shepherd. She weighs 15 pounds. She has a nice curly coat. I normally keep her groomed somewhat like a poodle. She has 5-week-old puppies, so her hair is a little thin right now, but I wanted to show you like how much she is shedding now. Of course, she sheds a little bit more now when she's nursing. And so here she is fully brushed, and this is how much hair she has. So not very much, mostly it's stuff from her undercoat. So always when I do any grooming, and I do all of my own grooming with my poodles and stuff, and I'm not a professional, so I'm going to tell you that right up front. I make sure they're bathed first. So she had a bath this morning. This is a poodle comb, also known as a greyhound comb. And this is a slicker brush. So you want to make sure that your doodle is brushed out. Places they get mats are behind their ears, here, and here. And I'm not going to do any clipper work because that's not something people normally do at home. So I have these round tip scissors. You can buy these at Walmart. And what I do is I just trim. I hold her nose and I trim this hair here by her face so that she can see, because everybody likes to see. And I just kind of cut it away from her face a little bit. There we go. So that she can see. I leave a little beard on her. I'm going to just trim that a tiny bit. Oop, I hear stuff falling down. There you go. But I keep her brushed. I brush her probably about every other day. She's pretty good about it. She has super, super soft fur. I do put a leave-on conditioner called Bedhead on her after I bathe her. But there's also other types of conditioners that I use on my puppy called Baby Dog Grooming Spray. It smells like baby powder. And she has a short tail. Mostly it's hair because it's very, very short. That's how she came. I like the full tails on the doodles. So I just brush that. Brush her legs. Her legs are pretty curly. I just kind of brush them up. And she was black, dark, dark black when I got her as a puppy, and she is turning this silvery blue. And each time I cut her hair, it's a little more silver. So she's super laid back, like all of my dogs are. And really, that's what I do. Now I'm going to show you with a puppy, the mini Aussiedoodle puppies. I'll put her down. Come here, Louie. I'm going to use Louie because Louie's sitting here watching me. So, of course, Louie has baby fur. I do not use this. If they're really wild, I put a harness on here and I attach the harness. So here's Louie. So what you're going to want to do at home is you're going to brush his hair out, comb his hair out, and I do this every day. Because when he goes out in the yard, the wind's blowing and all kinds of stuff gets in there. We brush him, making sure to get behind his ears. That's a good boy, Louie. And then the important thing to do in between, like going to your groomer, of course, is your eyes. So angling it and just combing away. Just flipping it away. So I just cut it here. His needs a little bit more than that. Turn him this way so you can see him. Excuse my crazy COVID hair. It's like I'm not getting it cut, so that's the way it looks. He's a happy boy. He always gets a treat. They always get a treat after they're up here, so they kind of like it on the grooming table. Good boy. Oops, it fell out of your mouth. Can you get it? That's probably a little big for him. But making sure you get it all brushed. Brushing his tail. And the thing with the puppies, did you see that up? Is their back end. So looking at his back end, they get poop back there. So I kind of brush it around his little butthole there. and then I trim the hair. So I use thinning shears, but you can use those same scissors that you have for trimming around the eyes, and I just cut across here, just taking a little bit of hair out. And this helps for when they poop and it doesn't get stuck in their hair. But make sure you're combing back there, because sometimes, you know, when they get stressed with traveling, they can have some, I go getting them treats. They can have a little bit of diarrhea, or, you know, they eat something they're not supposed to eat or whatever. And that'll get kind of nasty back there, and you don't want that. So like I said, I just trim this back here with these thinning shears. Just cutting and cutting and cutting. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Louie. And Louie's just fine with it. All of these puppies, all these mini Aussiedoodles have been on the grooming table, so they're used to being groomed. Their favorite part, of course, is getting the treats. But every day I would brush them. You can hold them in your lap, however you want to do it, either with the poodle comb or with this slicker brush. And this is like an extra gentle one. So some of them, you know, some of them are really sharp. So a kitten one works, a cat one. And they have super, super hair. The older they get, you know, it'll get curlier and curlier. And each time you get them clipped, if you get them clipped flat down like a poodle, when it grows back, it'll be a little bit curlier. Right now, it's just fluff, fluff, fluff. And then for their toenails, it's got the other doodles there. There's a couple of ways to do this if you're going to do this at home. Now, they have really furry feet. The kind of a bag that oranges come in, that, you know, that have the holes in it, or onions, you can use one of those empty bags and put over the end of their foot, and it pulls all the hair back. So he just had his nails done, so I'm just going to do the very tip. I'm using a cat clipper, but you can use a baby clipper, which I had one here somewhere, but I don't see it, and I want to show you that. But you can use a baby clipper when they're small, but you're just going to take the very tips off, which are white. So if you pull back the hair, that's why the orange bag comes in nice, the orange bag for oranges. And he'll pull back, so you just hold on tightly. There we go. And they do have their dew claws, so there's a little tiny claw here. So you just want to take the end of their tip off. This puppy has all clear nails, so they're really easy to do. You can see that it's white at the tip. That's what you want to take off, and where the pink is, that's where the blood flow starts. So that's pretty much your, you know, your daily grooming. Nails I clip once a week. Always check the ears. If they get too much hair, like in their ears, you're just going to want to trim that out. Again, these scissors are great because you can just trim the hair really easy like that. I just pull away when I'm doing it so that I'm not clipping him, because a puppy is very easy to cut their hair and their tongue, so watch their tongues. And there he is, all handsome. Hey, look at the camera. They are not handsome, boy. And that's pretty much it. You know, if you're taking them to a groomer, they'll know how to do it. You can ask for a doodle cut. You can ask for whatever you want, and they usually have pictures. But your at home is going to be your eyes, because you don't want his eyes being poked with hair. His butt, so his butt's no hair, no poop is sticking on it. And then, you know, if you really like to trim, you can just cut the hairs around his foot. You just want to do a little roundy shape. Then it's easier to see the nails too. When you go to a groomer, they'll cut all this hair under the paw because it gets nasty. And I just use a tiny little clipper for that, which looks like this. But again, you want to be careful, because if they put their tongue near it, it will cut their tongue, and it takes a long time to heal their tongues. The thing you want to do is, if you are going to use a grooming clipper, your dog has got to be clean, because it'll ruin your blades if you try to cut through a dirty dog. All right, so that's that. Say goodbye. Say goodbye, Louie. Thank you.